Good morning everyone. Today we'll be discussing about the topic Principles of Metallurgy. So this is a second year topic. In this metallurgy topic, first we will discuss about first we'll have an introduction about what is metallurgy. So before getting into the topic, in the introduction part, we will be discussing about the elements which are present on the Earth's crust. So these elements, if you know, in the periodic table, we have around 117 elements. We have 117 elements in the periodic table, and these elements have been classified into S block, P block, D block, and F block elements. If you have already know that in all these elements are classified into three types depending upon their nature. They are metals, non-metals, and we have metalloids. Depending upon the nature, they have been classified into metals, non-metals, and metalloids. So in the periodic table, most of the elements, say around 80% of the elements are metals. So these metals, so where do we get these metals from? If we, since our topic is metallurgy, that is nothing but it is all about discussing about metals, and in the elements also, most of the elements are, I say that 80% of the elements are metals. So where do we get these metals from, and how to extract the metals in the pure form is the study of metallurgy. So metals, where do we get metals from? And how are they available on the Earth's crust? Generally, metals are present in the Earth's crust, and these metals, they are available either in the free state or they are available in the combined state. Which means that metal is not present as it is. We can't get the metal as it is from the Earth's crust. So since it is present underneath the earth, inside the earth, along with the earthy impurities, so it may be present in the free state. Free state means that here I can give the example of metals which are present in the free state. The best metals are gold, which is represented by the symbol AU. So gold AU, silver AG, and platinum PT. So gold, silver, and platinum, these are the metals. Generally, these are the examples of the metals which are present in the free state. That is, they do not combine with any other impurity or any other element like oxygen, sulfur, or any other element. No combination. We don't see any combination. Maybe they are present with some impurities, earthy impurities like let it be sand, soil, silica, or something like that, which will be removed easily. Whereas in the combined state, if I take the examples of the metals which are present in the combined state, we have aluminium, which is present as Al2O3. Al2O3, whose name of this mineral, this aluminium association with oxygen is called as corundum, or aluminium is present in the Earth's crust as bauxite. Okay. Bauxite is the ore of aluminium, where we are extracting aluminium from the bauxite. So aluminium, we can have many other examples like zinc blende, ZnS, and PBS. PBS is what? Lead sulfide, which is called as galena. So all these are the metals. So here aluminium is the metal which is combined with oxygen, zinc is the metal which is combined with sulfur, lead metal combined with sulfur. So along with this combination, so these are called as combined states of the metals. Along with these combinations, they are also present in the Earth's crust with the earthy impurities. So this is the introduction part where we are classifying the elements into metals, and metals extraction we are going to study in the topic of metallurgy. So metals, if you talk about metals, where do we see these metals? The usage of metals in the humankind, we have a widespread usage of metals in the by the humankind. So if you see, we have a watch over here. So watch is a metal. And I have a ring with me, and and this ring is a metal. It's a pure metal, which is gold. And we have copper wires. We have aluminium. We have many utensils which are used in the kitchen where they are made up of metals. So all these metals have a very widespread usage in our day-to-day life. So it is important to study the extraction of these metals. How do we extract the metals? And that study is called as metallurgy. So here the important term in metallurgy means that the extraction of the metal from its ore. The extraction of the metal from its ore is called as metallurgy. Okay. So in the metallurgy topic, the three important terms which are associated with this metallurgy topic is what is a mineral, what is a ore, and what is gangue. So mineral, if you talk about mineral is nothing but the metals which are present in the nature, in the earth's crust, and they are associated with some rocky and any other impurities like sand, silica, or any other impurities, that is called as a mineral. Okay, and the next definition or the next term which you have to know is ore. Ore is nothing but the mineral from which the metal can be extracted. Commercially, we are going to extract the metal with profit. Profitably, we are extracting the metal from that mineral will become a ore. So here the important statement you have to remember is all minerals cannot become ores, whereas all ores are minerals only. Which means that here, if I take an example of iron metal. Iron metal is present in two different types of minerals of iron ore. One is hematite and the other one is so if you think about iron metal present in two different minerals. One is hematite and magnetite. So iron metal is present in hematite, iron is also present in magnetite. These are the two minerals of iron metal. So hematite formula is Fe2O3 and magnetite Fe2O3 and magnetite is Fe3O4. So here these two are the minerals of iron. And now in these two, which will become a ore? Here if I take an example of iron, here iron is present in 70% of iron metal can be extracted easily with very less cost or very less expenses from hematite when compared to magnetite. Whereas from magnetite, the percentage of iron extracted is very less. So that's why here in these two, hematite will become the ore, whereas magnetite is just the mineral of iron. So here ore is nothing but from which the mineral from which the metal can be extracted commercial, which is used for the extraction in commercial purposes, and with profitable extraction, that is the percentage of iron extraction is profitable in a particular mineral, that will become a ore. So that's why the statement passed is all ores are minerals, but all minerals cannot become ores. And the last one important definition is gangue. Gangue here means that the impurities which are the earthy impurities which are associated with the metal becomes the gangue. So these are the three terms which you have to understand before going or before proceeding into the topic of metallurgy. Okay. So in the principles of metallurgy, the first one is the extraction process. So in the extraction process, what is happening in the extraction process? So this is the ore. In this ore, you can see in this ore, this part is the metal part and this part is the impurities which are present. I want you to show a chart. Here, if you see, this is a ore. In this ore, if you see, you have this ore is having impurities. You can see these are all small earthy impurities, and this is the pure metal which is present along with the impurities. So during the process of extraction, what is happening? We are taking out the pure metal and we are dividing the impurities from it. Okay. So in the metallurgy process, in the extraction of metals, as we have seen earlier, we have 3 steps to go through. That is, first one is the concentration of the ore, second one is the reduction of the ore, and the third step which you have to follow is the refining of the ore. So concentration of the ore. What is meant by concentrating the ore? Concentrating the ore is nothing but removing the earthy impurities like sand, silica, which is associated with the metal, that we are concentrating, or that we are dressing, that we are removing from the metal. That is called as the concentration of the ore. In detail, we'll be discussing about what is concentration of the ore, what is reduction, and what is refining. But these are the 3 steps which you have to be followed in the extraction process. So these are the 3 steps which you have to be discussed in detail. So in the concentration of the ore, as I have already said, the next one is the reduction of the ore. Reduction of the ore is nothing but where the ore we are reducing. So the reduction of the ore, what is happening? The metal which is combined with the other elements, like in the case of hematite, Fe3O4, what is happening? The metal is combined with the oxygen. So we have to reduce the metal. That is, we have to remove the oxygen, and we have to make it iron. That is in hematite Fe2O3 and in magnetite Fe3O4. So we have to reduce it. Reduction means that we have to separate the oxygen or any other element which is attached to the iron. Is reduction of the ore. And the last one is the refining of the ore. Refining of the ore is nothing but here in the reduction of the ore, we will get around 95% pure metal, but in refining we will get 99% of pure metal during the process of refining. So these are the 3 steps which have to be followed during the process of extraction of metal from its ore. Okay.
Start.
So the concentration of the ore, which is the first step in the extraction process. First step is concentration, second step is reduction, and the third step is refining. So in detail, we will be discussing about what is the concentration of the ore. In the concentration of the ore, we have different methods to be followed in the concentration of the ore. Concentration of the ore, we have different methods to be followed, like we have hydraulic washing, froth flotation, electromagnetic separation, and leaching. The different methods by which the concentration of the ore can be done. Concentration, as I have already said you, what is concentration of the ore? It is nothing but removing the earthy impurities which are associated with the ore, like sand. It can be sand, soil, or silica, or any other dust or any other impurities can be removed by the concentration of the ore. So these are the different methods which have to be followed in the concentration of the ore, and this concentration of the ore is also called as ore dressing, is otherwise also called as ore dressing or benefaction. The concentration of the ore is also called as ore dressing or benefaction. So in this video, the most important points which are important from the exam point of view is what are the different types of minerals which are present in the earth's crust. As I have said, some examples like aluminium is present as bauxite. What is the formula of bauxite? Al2O3 2H2O. Or what is the formula of hematite? Fe2O3. What is the formula of magnetite? What is the formula of galena? Zinc blende. So the most important point which are to be which is important from the examination point of view from this first video of this chapter is the mineral formulas. Mineral formulas are important that you have to remember.